right. Hello. Let's all get out our math notebooks and open up to a fresh page. We're going to call this, oh geez, Mr. Sexton. Let's erase that so nobody sees. Lesson 7. Okay? Lesson 7 is more multiplication with the area model and the standard algorithm, but Lesson 7 starts to get into some larger numbers. Okay? For example, if you look in your packet under Lesson 7, problem number 1, A is 273 times 346. They're asking you to do this in both the area model and the standard algorithm. Algorithm. Wow. You'll have to take my word for what that says. Standard algorithm. All right. So this is going to work exactly like what we've been doing on lessons 5 and 6. Just because we've got a 3-digit by 3-digit, everything gets bigger. Okay. So I'm going to start with the area model. And I'm going to start by decomposing my factors. I'm going to take these factors and break them apart. For example, 273. I've got a 2 in the hundreds place, so I'm going to write that as 200. I've got a 7 in the tens place, so I'm going to write that as a 70. I've got a 3 in the ones place. I'm going to write that as a 3. Okay, there's one side of my rectangle. Now on the other one I'm going to decompose as well. I've got a 3 in the hundreds place, so that's going to be 300. I've got a 4 in the tens place, so that's going to be 4 tens, or 40. And I've got a 6 in the ones place, so that's going to be 6. Now I can go ahead and finish up my rectangle, and I can break it up in a way that makes sense. I'm going to move the 3 over here so it lines up better. Okay? Now, I also need to draw lines this way at my pluses. So I have 9 pieces, and that makes sense because I've got a 3 by a 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so there's going to be 9 partial products they'll have to add up at the end. Already, with just 3 by 3s, the area model is starting to become a little bit of a pain in the backside, right? And the bigger these numbers get, the more window panes you wind up with. All right, so this is why this lesson is mostly about learning why we're going to let go of the area model. Okay, let's go with partial products. 6 times 3. 6 ones times 3 ones. What's 6 times 3? Okay, I believe that's 18, unless I'm mistaken. And then 6 times 7 tenths. Well, 6 times 7 is 42. But 6 ones times 7 tenths is going to be 42 tenths, or 420, right? 42 tens, sorry. 6 times 2 hundreds. 6 times 2 is 12, but 6 times 200 is going to be 12 hundredths, right? And there's my first row. Now let's go down here to the 40. 4 tens times 3. Well, 3 times 4 is just 12. But 3 times 4 tenths is going to be 12 tenths, right? 4 tenths times 7 tenths. 4 times 7 is 28. But 4 tens times 7 tens is going to be 2800, because 10 times 10 is 100. And here we've got 4 tens times 2 hundreds. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. But 10 times 100 is going to be 1,000. So it's going to be 8,000. You can also see that this is 1, 2, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros. It's another way of seeing how to do that. Okay. All right, I'm 2/3 there. Let's go ahead and do the bottom row. I've got 300 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 times 300 is going to be 900. 300 times 70, or 7 tenths, is 3 times 7 is 21, is it not? But 300 times 7 tenths is going to be 10 times 100, or 1, 2, 3 zeros. That's going to be 21,000. And 300 times 200. Yikes. 2 times 3 is still just 6. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. And that makes sense because 3 times 2 is 6, and 100 times 100 is 1,000. So, or is 100 times 100 is 10,000. So I'm going to have 6 10,000s. All right, now we have to add. This is going to be, I'm going to come up here and do this. 1,200 plus 420. I'm just adding up this line right here. Plus 18. It's going to be 8 plus 0, 0 is 8. 2 and 1 is 3. 4, 5, 6, and 1. So that whole thing, this row of partial products adds up to 1,638. Now I have to do this row. Let's see. I'm going to do that one up here. I've got 8,000 plus 2,800 plus 120 let's see, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 8 and 1 is 9, that's fine, and 8 and 2 is 10. So this row of partial products adds up to 10,920. Whew. And here comes the big boy. This bottom row is going to be 60,000 plus 21,000 plus 900. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 9, 1, 8. All right. So just this bottom row of partial products is worth 81,900. Yikes. Now, if you can believe it, I have to add this beast up. I don't think we're going to get standard algorithm on this page. I'm going to need the room right here. I've got 1,638 plus, that's this one, plus 10,920. That's this one. Then, oh geesh, 81,900. Yikes. Okay, let's add it up. 8, 0, 0 is 8. 3 and 2 is 5. 9 and 9 is 18. Plus 6 is going to be 24. see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, yep. And then 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 8 and 1 is 9. Holy snikes, look at that. All of this adds up to a product of 94,458. Whew, that's a lot of math, right? All to get this one answer to this one problem. 273 times 346 is 94,458, right? With area model, these big numbers turns into a beast. But let me show you what can happen if we do the exact same thing with standard algorithm. This is the way your mom you learned to do it probably, right? Standard algorithm, the exact same problem. Wait a minute, which one did I do? The exact same problem would be 273 times 346. Same problem. Watch how easy it can be. 6 times 3, that's just 18, right? So I got an 8 there, and then I have 1 that needs to go into the tens column. 1, right? 6 times 7. Well, that's just 42, but 6 times 7 tenths is going to be 42 tenths. 42 in 2 in the tens place. The 4 is going to go into the hundreds place. Then 6 times 200. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 200 is going to be 1200. Do you see that? Now we're done with the 6. 4, or 4 tens times 3. See, that's not a 4. That's a 4 in the tens place. 4 times 3 is 12. But 4 tens times 3 is going to be 12 tens, or 120, right? And then this one's going to get, this winds up getting added to the hundreds column. Now 4 tens times 7. Well, 4 times 7 is 28, but 4 tens times 7 tens is going to be 2,800. So it's going to be an 8 in the hundreds place, and the 2 gets bumped over to the thousandths place. Now 4 tenths times 2 hundredths. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 tens times 2 hundredths is going to be 8,000. Right? Now we're done with that. 3 times 3 is 9, yes. But 300 times 3 is 900. Because that's a 3 in the hundreds place. Now 3 times 7 is 21, yes. But 300 times 7 tens is going to be 21,000. And then 3 hundreds times 200. 3 times 2 is 6, but 300 times 200 is going to be 60,000. Right? So that's going to be 60, 6 in the 10,000 place. Now we can add all of these numbers up. 800 is 8. 2 and 2 plus this 1 is 5. 9 and 1 is 10, and 8 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 8 and 2 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9,000. 94,458. We didn't draw rectangles. We didn't have to find 9 different partial products. We went straight to our product. This is the power of standard algorithm. Going forward, this is the way you're going to be multiplying. So we're going to take the time over the next couple of weeks to get really, really good at this, so that we can let that area model that we learned in earlier grades go. Okay? If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, and watch this video as many times as you need to.